Hiker toe? Have you had it? I have multiple times. This time it was pretty bad. Stick around. We're going to talk about it. Well, as you can see, I am downstairs in my basement doing one of these videos that I don't like doing inside, but because of where I'm at, yeah, I'm having to be down here. Got all the backpacking equipment stuff in the back there for ambiance. Anyways, been probably 3 months ago, I ended up having hiker toe, which I have had numerous times. My second toe next to my big toe tends to be a little bit longer than all the rest of them, and it's been an issue for a while with me banging on the toe box going downhill. I started wearing a size larger shoe, which has really helped. But this last time that I got it, and I can't remember which trail it was on, which trip we were on. Let me think here for a second. I do believe I got it during the Watson Lakes trip. I'll put a link to it right up here. Here? Let's see. You're watching there. Maybe it's over here. I can't remember. Anyways, it's up there somewhere. You need to watch it. It's a two-part series. Maybe I'll make a smaller condensed one of it. Anyways, back to the toe. I got hiker toe, and then about a week later, I just took Gus for a short walk. I was trying out some new Darn Tough socks, some of the lightweight thin ones, and I got a huge blister, not only on that particular toe, the second toe next to my big one, but also on my big toe on my left foot. So I'm not wearing those thin socks anymore, and because they just don't work out that well. Well, anyways, that was back in June, and I had ended up, what had happened? Oh, I know. It was right after I took my first hike after COVID. That would have been the middle fork or south fork of the Cascade River Trail. Again, I'll put a link up here. Up there, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, that's when I actually got the hiker toe. In fact, you can see from this picture here, I was soaking my feet in the water, cooling them down. Now, I'm going to get to that point here in a minute also about sticking your feet in mountain water. So anyways, as you know, with hiker toe, the toenail turns black because you've traumatized it. Blood impacts underneath of it, and then you can drain it, and then eventually the nail falls off and a new one grows in. Well, this particular toe's had this happen probably 2 or 3 times. So I was having issues with it growing back. The toenail finally came off, and this right here is what it looked like after the toenail came off and it had started progressing a little bit. Now, it really hadn't been infected at that point in time. It was just kind of funky looking, but it was acting kind of weird, like the original nail had not pulled up, was pulling up. It wasn't really the new nail kind of was not really adhered. So anyways, I didn't pay much attention to it, but then, like I said, I got that blister and things started going south. And I got a hold of, the toe started turning red. It didn't really hurt or anything, but the toe was turning red and it was getting kind of warm. So I contacted my doctor and he prescribed a bunch of antibiotics for me. And it kind of helped a little bit, but it never really got rid of the infection. The toenail, he figured, was going to come back, but on its own time. Well, anyways, fast forward to the Famdamly campout. This was a camping trip that we do, all of us, my adult children. We go up to a place called Marble Creek. Did a video on that also, and I'm going to also I've been working on it, and my oldest daughter is all tweaked out, huh, Brandy? Because I haven't posted it yet. I'm working on that video. I'll be posting the Famdamly campout, which is our car camping trip that we do every year up to a place called Marble Creek in the Mount Baker Snoqualmie National Forest. Anyways, wandering around up there, the toe was still infected. It was still red. But, you know, I was walking around in flip-flops and sandals and walking around out in the creek and the water and stuff like that. And it progressively got worse. So I went back to my doctor and got more antibiotics, and it still didn't do a whole lot. In fact, it got really bad, as you can see from this point here. It swelled up about the size of my big toe. And one of the nurse, I have a friend, a family, kind of a distant family member, is a nurse, a registered nurse, and she said, yeah, you really should probably go soak that in Epsom salt and warm water and see if you can get it to drain. Well, it did drain. As you can see, this toe, if you look at this picture here, it is nasty, 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 and it was swollen and it hurt. And again, this all comes down to, I think what happened with this point was that during that camping trip, I must have got some bacteria either from the water or who knows from where under that nail or into where it had drained a little bit, or where the blister had popped, and it got really, really gnarly. Can you use that? Is that word being used this day, this year, this time, still? Anyways, moving right along. So I went back to my doctor after it had drained, and he scheduled an x-ray, put me on some really, really heavy antibiotics. The concern was that infection had left the actual tissue of the toe and worked its way into the bone. That's why they were having a hard time getting rid of the infection. So we scheduled that, and then also referred me to an orthopedic surgeon, which I ended up seeing my orthopedic surgeon that did my tendon. You know, it's just been one thing after another the last 2 years. But I saw my orthopedic surgeon, and he scheduled an MRI. We had an MRI done, and when all that came in, he brought me back in, and I'm going to try and see if I can get a picture of that x-ray, but the x-ray was actually more conclusive than the MRI was, which I thought was kind of interesting, especially when what they charge you for an MRI. Now, in talking with my orthopedic surgeon, he told me, he said, you know, there's a couple routes we can go depending on if, you know, where this infection is. He says, what we can do is open it up. We clean the infection out around the bone, which was like, He says, or if it's gotten into the bone, we take the tip of the toe off. Take that particular piece of bone out. Well, upon further investigation of my toe and the x-ray, yeah, like I said, was more conclusive than what the MRI was. And if you look at your toe, if you look at the bone of your toe, the bone is rounded. Well, what happened is in the x-ray, it showed where the tip of my toe was flat, and then there was like a little V-type notch in it, like a little cone-shaped notch in the toe. What my orthopedic surgeon had figured was that that infection had deteriorated part of the bone and then got into the bone. So that's why I was not able to ever kick that infection from that toe. The antibiotics weren't going to work. The prognosis, or the diagnosis, was what he decided the best course for this was to take the tip of the toe off. And yeah, so that's what we opted for. Well, it was outpatient surgery. Well, I'm here at the surgery center, outpatient surgery. Getting ready to have the tip of my toe removed. Not looking forward to this. But it is what it is. Take care of your feet, people. As you can see from this little clip here that I just did, that was when I was sitting in the room, the prep room, had the IVs in me and everything, and was getting ready to go in for surgery. They didn't put me completely under. They sedated me, which was kind of trippy. I was aware of what was going on, but I wasn't, and I didn't remember anything when I woke up. Yeah, those of you that said it's senility, you can just be quiet or I'm going to ban you, okay? But anyways, I'm just kidding. So yeah, so I woke up all bandaged up and hobbled on out of there out of recovery. Yeah, missing part of my toe. which, you know, it's just one less toenail I'm going to have to trim. And that's one less hiker toe I got to deal with. Well, as you can see from this picture here, that's kind of what they did with my toe. Took the end of it off. You got the stitches right there, and it's kind of ugly looking right now because it's only about, well, let's see, it was 3 days ago that they took that chunk of toe off of me. But yeah, hiker toe. Nothing to sneeze about. Now, dealing with this, the stitches are going to come out in a couple of weeks. This has been kind of a pain in the ass because I'm not supposed to walk on it. I got a boot, as you can see here. You know, trying to put my britches on, and I got to change the bandages every day now for the next 2 weeks. And it's just kind of a pain in the butt, you know. Then I got this walking boot here that I'm wearing, and yeah, it's kind of frustrating. So, you know, I guess if I gotta say anything to y'all is that don't take these types of things lightly. I didn't really take it lightly, but I probably didn't take it as seriously as I should have to begin with from the get-go. I've had a couple people tell me, you know, when you get hiker toe, make sure you go see an orthopedic surgeon or an orthopedist or a foot doctor, and make sure that that toenail's growing back in and everything is fine, and make sure that, you know, when that toenail comes off, that you keep everything clean. And I did for the most part, but you know, when you get busy doing things, sometimes you forget. So you don't want to end up like I do. Make sure you take care of your feet, because let's face it, we're hikers and backpackers. And that's what makes us go down the road, go down the trail. And if you end up screwing one of them up, it's going to lay you up like me. So now I've had to deal with this for going on 3 months. Not that it's incapacitated me, except for the last probably, 2-3 weeks prior from this. And then now it's going to be a couple weeks till my stitches come out, but then I'm going to be back on the trail. So we've got some snowshoe planned for this year. Hiker toe. Nothing to sneeze about. It can actually end up being pretty serious if you don't take care of it. I've had hiker toe, like I said previously in this video, numerous times. I've lost my big toenails a couple times, my second toes a couple times. This one's been the worst. I don't plan on doing this again. So be warned, pay attention to your feet, people, because that's what gets us down the road. Anyways, hey, we got monetized. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'll be posting a video of that here shortly, probably within the next week or so. I've been kind of slacking on this because I've been dealing with all these health problems and some other issues at work and stuff like that. So I haven't really been motivated to do this. I'm sorry. I appreciate you all watching. But yeah, so look forward to that. And I'm supposed to be posting up our Famdamly camp out video also. I've really been slacking on that. I haven't been motivated much here lately because I've been working a lot of overtime. So, but anyways, yeah. Appreciate you watching. Hey, if you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button or gently caress it. Hit the subscribe button. If you have not subscribed to this channel and you're watching it, subscribe right now. Do it right now and click the notification bell right there somewhere. Anyways, it's somewhere there. No, actually, it's down there in the subscribe, next to the subscribe button. And then click all of them. Anyways, we'll catch you on the next one. I'm going to be doing some hiking here, probably in 3 weeks. I've got to get out. I'm going crazy. I can't deal with this anymore. We're going to be doing some snowshoeing. We're going to do some winter hikes, and I'm looking really forward to it. So we'll catch you on the next one.